What's going on, guys? It's your boy Vibing with Fred, and you know we back with another video. First, I want to say thank you to all y'all for who've been liking the videos, commenting down there, having a good old conversation with your boy about different things, about how you considering traveling into Brazil. You're in Brazil right now. You making moves. You setting you set the table up for being able to travel and experience a whole different lifestyle that you've never been able to experience before. So I want to commend all the fellas that's in the comments making moves, you know what I'm saying, trying to make it shake. So I want to appreciate you guys for showing some love on the videos. I think the last video I made, I was talking about getting to 100 subs. We at 133 now. So let's hit that 200 mark. I appreciate you guys for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. You know, it really means a lot. And it makes me want to keep creating these videos. So as you see today's title of the video, we're going to be talking about the top 7 things that they don't tell you before you come to Brazil. So we're going to talk about those, discuss those, and go in detail about those. I'm going to try to make this short, sweet, and simple. And we're going to get on about it here. So without further ado, let's get it cracking. All right, number 1 is going to be you need to get a CPF. What is a CPF? A CPF is equivalent to having a social security number in the United States. With the CPF, you're going to be able to dabble in real estate. You're going to be able to do online shopping, open a bank account, tax purposes, you know, as far as ordering food. Sometimes it depends on the app. I know like iFood, they'll ask you to enter your Brazilian CPF number. Certain different applications, you'll have to enter this number. This is all Brazilians have this number. Now, as a foreigner, for you, it's not mandatory or required to have, but it is beneficial if you want to travel to Brazil quite often. If you know, now if you're just coming to Brazil for one time and you want it done, it's not really necessary. But if you're going to be coming and frequenting a lot, it's definitely something that you want to look forward to getting. And it's super simple. You can go to the mall. You can also Google how do I get my CPF, and it'll kind of walk you down the list. But it's super simple. You go to like the mall, anywhere in Brazil, and they have like different little. Depending on the mall you go to, they have like a store, or not a store, like a storefront inside the mall that's going to allow you to fill out the documents. They are going to be in Portuguese, so you definitely want to have somebody that can translate that for you. And it's going to literally give you everything you need to know. You have to enter your personal documentation numbers and name and birthday and all that type of stuff, and you'll be good to go. It doesn't take super long to get. You'll get it pretty much the same day. And it's a super simple process, and it's not long at all, honestly. But once you got it, you're good, and you're able to use it just like for any other purposes that I've already listed. All right, this is a different one. So number 2 is going to be the driving in Brazil is terrible. It is terrible, okay? Now, there's 2 things you need to be focused on when you're in Brazil. And that's when you're in an Uber or you're in the car with somebody, pay attention to the cars around you, pay attention to your driver. Now, you don't see a lot of texting and driving in Brazil, but the way the streets, it's like street rules, like when it comes to driving, right? So you got, everybody has their lane, and you know in the United States, when you're in your lane and you start drifting to somebody else's lane, people honk their horns. But in Brazil, people merge and they make their own rules while you're driving vehicles, which is extremely dangerous and scary when you think about it. I mean, I can't even tell you how many times I've been in the back of an Uber and you see drivers literally merging into your car, and it's only right for you to just merge the opposite way. So it's like everybody's kind of working in sync, and there's no rules to the highway. It's extremely like nerve-wracking. Like, it's crazy. I've never seen no issue like this ever until I was in Brazil. When I first got to Brazil, that shit blew my mind. And then secondly, as a pedestrian, you would think that you would have the right of way. You do not have the right of way in Brazil, bro. Like, so if it's allowing you to walk and you have the green light to walk, you might want to double check 2 or 3 times to make sure it's good for you to go. Just because drivers will not stop. and you just kind of gotta go when it's available for you to go, and do not take your sweet time getting across the street because they do not stop, or they might just not see you. So definitely keep that in mind. Keep your head on the swivel when you walking across the street, or if you're in a car with somebody. Just make sure that you're paying attention to your surroundings for the most part, as much as you possibly can. And yeah, stay safe in that area because it's pretty sketchy as far as like driving, being in a car, and definitely walking. So just make sure you stay aware of your surroundings and keep your head on the swivel to watch out for other people. It's not you that you need to be worried about, but it's the people around you. It's not the same as in the United States as far as like street laws and all that type of stuff, as far as pedestrians and drivers, so on and so forth. It's kind of like everybody fends for themselves, if that makes sense. Number three is a different one that I would have never guessed. So number three, toilet paper does not go in the toilet. Okay, this is something that you will have to realize whether you are very first time Brazilian, very first timer in Brazil, or if you come to Brazil often, if you plan on coming to Brazil often. Toilet paper does not go in the toilet. Now they have a separate area for this to go, depending on where you are. But the pipes in Brazil are not meant to contain toilet paper also. So you have to put it in a separate bag, tie it up, of course, and then you dispose of that down another area. Depending on where you are, it might be different. But toilet paper does not go in the toilet. That's going to be a complete culture shock to a lot of you who travel. Now, if you, like I said, if you're in the Airbnb hotel, they will have this posted somewhere stating that do not put toilet paper in the toilet because it will clog the pipes and the pipes will bust, which will cause for a leaking unit. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that. Definitely not toilet water, like pipes and shit, like leaking all. No. So do not put toilet paper in the toilet. Just, figure out where it needs to go and then move it around like that. But paper, period, whether it be wipes, toilet paper, anything of that nature, does not go in the toilet. It blew my mind for the first time, so I was like, bro, what? This is definitely different. It's nasty. Oh! It's just a way of life, and you gotta learn how to adapt in different environments and different cultures, and that's just the reality of it. Number 4, do not drink the tap water. I know a lot of people always say this. Even back in the United States, people say, don't drink the tap water, don't drink the tap water, don't drink the tap water. In Brazil, do not drink the tap water, okay? The water is not clean. There's a lot of BS in the water. They don't have the same system as far as funneling and deciphering between BS and clean, drinkable water, right? So do not drink it. You will get sick, all right? The Brazilians, if you create relationships with any Brazilian, they will literally tell you, like, I've had chicks at my crib, I've had guys at my crib, and I'm from small East Texas. I grew up drinking water from the fountain. I grew up drinking water from the sink. I grew up drinking water from the hose on the side of the damn house. I'm from the country, so we do. In Brazil, like, when I first got to Brazil, I went to go drink some water out of the faucet, and they literally stopped me. It was like, no, we don't do that. So they was like, we're going to go to the store, and we're going to get you, like those big blue water jug, like the gallons that you flip upside down, and now it just kind of funnels, and you just hit the little deal like that. Yeah, so you can either buy them. My apartment actually came with one, so all I had to do was go fill it up, and then that was good. But you can either do that, you can buy bottles of water that's already in the plastic, and you can buy, like a gallon, and then you can buy like a filter. which is what most people do. So you can get a filter water. Or if you know how to distill your own water, that's great. So, but do not drink the tap water in Brazil. You will be sick. Um, yeah, you don't want that. You don't want to be sick. So just don't drink the tap water. All right, number 5 is a luxury. I don't think you guys understand. This is the one thing that I would say is completely different um, with living in the United States and living in Brazil. Air conditioning and water is a luxury. Now, you know, when you go and you do an apartment hunting and you're looking for a new place to live, or you go to an Airbnb, you go to a hotel, you get a new home built, it automatically comes with hot water, cold water, right? In Brazil, it costs to have air conditioning. It does not come with your unit. It costs, right? So it does not come with air conditioning. It costs for air conditioning and it costs for hot water. Now you're guaranteed cold water, all right? Now, Brazilians love it, okay? For you as a foreigner, it is going to be dangerous, all right? So I know for me, nothing feels better after a long fucking day of just a nice hot shower, okay? That's just how we've grown accustomed to the ability to have hot water at your disposal. Now, in Brazil, it is very hot. If you've been to Brazil, you know this. It's pretty hot, like all the time, unless you're like in the south region, like the Rio de Janeiro, Florianopolis. The more south you go, the cooler it is, right? The more north you go, the more hot it's gonna be. I'm in Salvador. It's hot. Okay, so a cold shower is normal here. People take cold showers. I personally, I don't care how hot it is. I'll cool off with the AC, and then I'll take my hot shower, and I'll cool off with the AC, and I'll be fine. But cold showers for me is a no-go. I ain't doing no cold showers. I don't give a damn how hot it is outside. No, sir. So yeah, so if you ever come into Brazil and you want to get a place and you're thinking, and this is more so for the people who are thinking of staying for months and months and months, not just a couple weeks. Like if you're staying for a month or more, definitely when you get a place, make sure that you are getting hot water, cold water, air conditioning, because bruh, I can't tell you, like I've been to people's house who was unfortunately not fortunate enough to have hot water and AC, bro. Now they as people are amazing and great, but for me, I need AC. I cannot sleep if it's hot. I don't like to be sweaty, and yeah, I just not my. It's just not my thing. So, um, you gotta make sure that you get in a place that has AC and hot water. Now, most people, it's expensive to have AC, so that's why a lot of Brazilians don't have it. And like I said, it's expensive to have hot water. That's why a lot of people don't have it. So if you meet Brazilians who have it, they are, you know what I'm saying? They on the up and up, and they got a little bit of extra paper to be able to afford the nicer things that are to us is just normal. So that's another way that you can tell if somebody's got a little bit of extra finances while in Brazil. But a lot of the Brazilians, they just leave the windows up, leave the doors open, or they have like little plug-in portable fans, and they just sleep like that. So whatever you gotta do, more power to them. But as a foreigner, make sure you got the AC, the hot water, all the stuff that you need to be comfortable and enjoy your stay. You feel me? Number 6, do not convert your money at the airport. Some people, they talk about this, but a lot of people do not. There is no way, there's no reason why you should be converting your money at the airport. That is the first place that you encounter the country, is at the airport, which also that's the first place that most people think, oh shit, I'm new in this country, let me convert. That's the most horrible exchange rate that you're possibly going to get. So do not do that. You know what I'm saying? You don't need cash, to be totally honest, unless you're making some type of business deal, or you're trying to negotiate prices. of some sort like that, you don't really need cash. Today, in the era that we live in, most credit cards, most banks from the United States will automatically convert foreign currency rates. So I know for Bank of America, I don't even have to use cash. I can just go and swipe my card. It's automatically going to convert that money into wherever I'm at, right? So depending on the bank you have, you will have international fees, of course. Now, if you wanna eliminate that completely, you should get a Charles Schwab checking account, which is no international transaction fees, and you're good to go. Okay, so that would be the best. That's like the number one option if you don't want transaction fees. I know if you spend like, I know typically, like say if I spend like $5, I'll have like a 99 cent or a 50 cent transaction fee. So eventually, like the longer you stay, it's gonna add up. So if you want to just eliminate that completely, just get the Charles Schwab checking account, no international transaction fees. But you don't need to be converting any money unless you're just trying to make some type of negotiation deal on an apartment and you got the cash right here. You make the deal, you got the cash, boom, you lock it in right there. But other than that, use your card, bro. Like you don't need to be converting or you don't need to be walking around with cash. We are long gone past that time. So you can just use your plastic and you're good to go. One thing I wanted to add on to using your card is when you go and use your card anywhere, they're always going to ask you crédito or débito. So you always want to use credit. Now, credit obviously avoids using the PIN, but just for safety purposes, if you don't want someone kind of looking over your shoulder or the cashier kind of looking at your hand, type, pop, 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 then just use credit. And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, you don't have to use a password? Like, yeah, bro, I got a password, but I'm just not using it in front of you. So it's like, I've had so many people like, oh my gosh. So just, you know what I'm saying, just use credit just to eliminate that, because I've heard of people using debit pins in different places and they now have fraudulent activity going on their account that they didn't authorize. So just use credit and don't freak out when they try to make this whole big scene about, oh my gosh, like, wow. They'll try to make it seem like it's this grand old thing that you didn't use your PIN and the transaction still went through. So just use credit. I just had to add that tip in. Number 7, as the sun is creeping through the window on your boy, skin looking pop. Hey, look, number 7, bro. You need to buy a power converter box, okay? The standard, for some reason, people think the standard US plug in the wall port will work everywhere. You can buy this in Brazil, but you don't want to be wasting time going to different street corners and markets trying to buy a power converter. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you order this on Amazon, eBay. You can just do it like that. I mean, I've never personally seen them in the stores in the United States, but Amazon definitely has it. So just go on there, type in universal power converter, and you'll see the different options. They have one block that has different ports from USA, from South America, Asia, all different places, or they have like a bigger one. You know what I'm saying? So you want to take care of this before you even come to Brazil or anywhere you go. You want to have this already on deck, so you're not wasting time going around trying to find it. This is very, very key, very, very important, because without, I mean, you're here to travel, you're here to have a good time, you're here to make memories, take videos, pictures, all that type of stuff. What is that if you have a dead phone? You know what I'm saying? You don't have none of that. So make sure you take care of that part. All of these 7 things are very important. So I hope they all were beneficial to you in some way. You feel me? I'm not gonna hold y'all no longer. The sun is screaming at me right now to get up out of this video. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go ahead and roll out. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart, man. I appreciate you guys for liking and taking the time to watch these videos. I'm entertaining y'all doing these sit down videos. I'm waiting for the rest of my my camera equipment and all my little gadgets and shit to come in so I can really get out in the field and make some high quality content. because there's a lot of stuff, honestly, people not showing y'all in Brazil, and I see what they post, but they really not showing y'all what you really want to see. You feel me? I'm gonna be that force. So just be patient. I'm trying to keep y'all entertained as much as I can with these little sit down videos, like I said. So just thug it out with your boy. You feel me? And just trust the process. I'm telling you, just trust the process, bro. So I gotta wait for all this stuff. It's coming from international. And like I said, when it comes in, we're gonna be rocking and rolling. So without further ado, man, like I said, make sure you guys hit that like button, turn the bell on, comment down below, subscribe if you are new, and let's get to 200 subs, man. I appreciate all you guys for showing the love and taking the time. You feel me? It means a lot to me, and I can keep making these videos for you, for your for your viewing and inspiration, pleasure. You feel me? One thing's for sure, two things for certain. Fred gonna keep them vibes, and that's on the set.